Please join me in welcoming Ms. Aiki Shirakawa. Her speech title is Uncertain Expectation. Uncertain Expectation. So Ms. Shirakawa, would you come up to the stage?
Thank you, Master of Ceremony, Timekeeper, and honorable judges. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. In an aging Japan, where 1 in 5 people will be 75 or older this year, young workers from ASEAN countries are essential for filling understaffed positions. They are needed not just in Japan, but in other developed countries as well. So, we must be the most attractive country to be chosen. However, in an interview, a Vietnamese worker in South Korea said, "I'm glad I chose South Korea. I want my sister who works in Japan to move here for better treatment." Additionally, another Vietnamese worker in Japan said, "The amount of money I send home has decreased by 20% due to the weak yen. We may no longer be able to choose Japan." What a crisis! Currently, the largest group of foreign workers in Japan are the Vietnamese, who make up about 25%. If foreign workers, not only from Vietnam, but other countries, also start to think similarly, who will support Japan's labor shortage? The population pyramid, once triangular in 1970, is now a distorted bell shape and will become pot-shaped in 25 years. It is us. Hello. Most of us here that will have to support the top layer of the pot with a lesser younger population. An even bigger issue is the labor shortage in elder care, where industries already rely heavily on foreign workers. We need to understand how severe this situation is. However, last month, a labor ministry official stated, "Many people, particularly those from Southeast Asia, still choose Japan." Furthermore, one article claims half of Vietnamese workers still choose Japan despite the weak yen, so we shouldn't be worried about it. How can we be so sure? This way of thinking is unsettling to me. Why is that? It only seems like uncertain expectations, which reminded me of a tragic incident that happened to me last year. I started working as an opening staff member at a fast food store near a large event venue. One day, the manager, anticipating a large event on the weekend, ordered extra ingredients and also brought in many staff from other stores. However, at the end of the weekend, he instructed me to dispose of over 1,000 muffins. 1,000 muffins! Throwing away so much food was painful, but I had no choice. I kept tearing open bag after bag to dispose of them. Why did this happen? It's because we relied on uncertain expectations. The event was held as planned, and many people visited actually, but our store wasn't chosen. The manager assumed that being in a busy area would automatically draw customers. But in reality, there are more famous cafes and restaurants and a budget-friendly Italian place nearby. Our store was located further away with smaller-sized food and higher prices. We hadn't considered whether our items were more attractive than those of our rival stores. It felt like a losing battle. Japan's situation feels much like my stores, failing to attract people due to uncertain expectations. If conditions aren't appealing enough, why would foreign workers choose us? Is there still hope that we'll be chosen? When I was told to throw away the muffins, I thought our store wouldn't last. My coworkers also told me it might be better to find another part-time job. But now, the store is thriving. Why? There are two key reasons. Firstly, instead of event goers, we gained regular customers from nearby offices that found our small-sized food and high quality suit their needs for their breaks. The second reason is due to the increase of foreign customers. I especially want you to know about the second reason. Actually, our store had also been facing a serious labor shortage. When I first joined, all the staff were Japanese. But after the manager asked me to introduce someone, 5 of my foreign friends from China, Vietnam, and Ukraine joined. Later, 2 full-time workers from Myanmar also became part of our team. As more foreign staff joined, the atmosphere became more international and welcoming, attracting many foreign customers. There was even a time where some of them were interested in becoming part of our team. The most important thing is to see things from different perspectives and understand the needs of those choosing us. I feel that the fact that my store is still operating may hold an important clue as to how Japan will continue to be chosen. Obviously, the conditions are important, but it is us, the staff members, who create the image of the store. Similarly, even though we cannot do much about the working conditions or the weak yen, we can create the country's image. Here's a suggestion. Why don't we work together to create an image of a warm and welcoming country where they don't feel lonely and ensure they can leave with heartwarming memories of their time here? Even if those are just small events, such as interacting with them as passengers on a platform, customers in a cafe, or simply as passerby. There are plenty of opportunities for you to do this in your daily life. They're waiting for us to take the first step. When those heartwarming memories are passed down to their juniors, we can leave a good impression of ourselves to them, which will surely attract the next generation of workers. When we succeed in doing so, we will not need to rely on uncertain expectations anymore. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shirakawa. Now, the question and answer session will be conducted by Mr. Eboshi. Mr. Eboshi, please.
Okay, good afternoon, Shirakawa-san.
Good afternoon.
Okay, how do you feel right now?
Very nervous, but also I really enjoyed the stage.
Okay, very good. Okay, my first question is about your speech title, Uncertain Expectations. I still cannot clearly figure out the meaning of uncertain expectations. So would you please explain the meaning of your speech title?
So uncertain expectation is the feeling of being overly optimistic about something before seeing the results or the success. It's the idea of don't count your chickens before the eggs hatch, that kind of feeling. So I kind of applied my store situation to Japan's labor shortage situation.
All right, so next question is about the Vietnamese comment you introduced in your speech at the beginning of your speech. So why did he or she choose South Korea but not Japan?
So there could be several reasons, but one of the biggest reasons are the working conditions. So there are 4 things that workers usually choose. First is the salary, next is the safety of the country, next is the distance, and the other is the community. For South Korea and Japan, there are a lot of common There are a lot of similarities, but the biggest difference is that South Korea has a higher salary. In the past 4 years, they have an average salary of about 50,000 yen, higher than in Japan, which is why some Vietnamese workers choose South Korea over Japan.
Okay, thank you. Next question. Your speech, you have a problem. Your focus is on the Japanese labor shortage, right?
Yes.
And I presume that you wanted to welcome foreign workers from their country to Japan. Is this correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I think that rather we welcome foreign workers who have different cultural background, we instead to fully utilize artificial intelligence or information technologies to solve labor shortage in Japan. So I have such kind of idea. So what do you think about my idea?
Well, obviously, artificial intelligence is becoming used in a lot of fields, but right now we're facing a serious labor shortage that cannot be fulfilled by artificial intelligence. We have not gone up to that level. Right now, we already are in this critical situation, and we don't see artificial intelligence still covering that yet. But the issue is that the elderly population is going to immediately flood us within 25 years. In 25 years, about 200 million of the working population is going to diminish. So the question is, can you really supply that 80 million? The calculation is 80 million. We need 80 million foreign workers in Japan in present. So can artificial intelligence immediately supplement that in 25 years? If not, then that's the answer.
All right, time is up. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Iboshi and Ms. Shirakawa. Now we'll have the judging time.